Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to create epic cinematic sword fights, but that can be tricky, especially in 3D. So when I saw that Reallusion dropped the Laser Swords motion pack, I knew I had to try it out to see if it could help me bring my vision to life, and maybe it can help you too. Hi, my name is Eric. I'm a 3D artist using programs like Blender, Unreal Engine, and iClone to help tell my stories, and I make videos and 3D assets to help you do the same. And before we go any further, no, this is not a sponsored video. I purchased this pack with my own money because I was truly interested in what it had to offer. Why? Well, honestly, it all comes down to the fact that these are paired motions. In other words, they are matching motions where one actor is attacking and one is defending. It's all very similar to the hand-to-hand combat pack I reviewed a few years ago, and these matched motions are an absolute game changer. Personally, I use the Sony mocap Pro for a lot of my own motion capture, but that is only for one person. Could I act out both opponents? Sure, and I've done that before, but it can be a really time-consuming process. But with motion match performances, you're getting actions from a professional stunt team, which means you're getting true choreography. The actors move around, they do fancy flips and spins, and it all looks really good and it's super easy to set up. On top of that, there was one other feature that really surprised me. This pack leverages iClone's animated props. This is a feature that I've largely overlooked in the past, but in a pack like this, that feature truly shines. Every time you add an animation onto the character, it adds a corresponding laser sword with it. This prop is actually animated alongside the character motion, providing additional spins and keeping it properly positioned in the character's hands at all time. It also really helps you when you're aligning your characters to make sure that they're clashing in the proper spot. But the problem is, I'm not making Star Wars fan films over here. I originally thought that this was going to be a pain point, but it turns out having this animated prop is actually a superpower for this pack. All you have to do is position your own model to line up with the laser sword and then parent that to the prop itself. Hide the laser sword, and just like that, your sword animates with the same fidelity as the animated prop. With these match motions and animated props, 70 to 80% of your animation is locked down right away, which is a huge time saver. Unfortunately, during my testing, there was one area that I would have liked to have seen improved. And that is that I would have liked to see the clips extended a bit longer at the end of each sequence, specifically where the actors are pausing in between actions. Instead, they kind of just end abruptly. And that's a shame, because when you go and watch any movie where there are sword fights, those pauses in between action are where we really get a good chance to see our characters' expressions, to understand what they're going through. Do they still feel confident? Are they worried? Or are they winded? So just an extra 1 or 2 second beats of just breathing or repositioning the footing would have made this pack unstoppable. Can you animate that yourself? Sure, but it's just going to look a little bit different, and it's going to take away from the time-saving aspect that this pack does have to offer. Of course, these are laser swords, so while you can use them for sword combat that is not Star Wars specific, they're going to apply best to swords that are two-handed. Katanas, long swords, and maybe a spear to swap out for that double-bladed option. Overall, this pack is just such a time saver to be able to drop in my custom characters, add the motions, just make some minor adjustments, and send them out for rendering. And speaking of custom characters, if you like the look of the characters that are in this video, they're all using various clothing items from packs that I have available under my developer name, Libertas Armory. Some of them were mixed and matched between various packs, but if you like what you see, I'll put a link in the description where you can find them. And if you like this video and you're interested in other packs that Reallusion has to offer, I've done several reviews that I will link down in the comments.